Have you ever felt like life is an unrelenting storm, tossing you between waves of obligations, desires, and distractions? You wake each day only to be swept into a whirlwind of demands, emails piling up, responsibilities mounting, and emotions pulling you in different directions. It feels as if tranquility, clarity, and control are always just beyond your reach. Yet, amidst this chaos, an ancient wisdom whispers across the centuries, offering not escape but mastery that transforms even the most turbulent storms into a calm and purposeful journey. This wisdom is Stoicism, a timeless philosophy forged in the crucible of ancient Greece and Rome, designed not to shield us from life's challenges, but to empower us to thrive within them. It is a philosophy not for armchair intellectuals, but for individuals striving to live with greater clarity, resilience, and authenticity. It teaches us that peace is not found by evading the struggles of existence, but by understanding and mastering them. Imagine life as a vast ocean, unpredictable and untamed. You cannot command the waves to cease or halt the winds, but you can learn to navigate, to set your sails with intention, to steer your course with wisdom, and to remain steady even when the waters churn. This is the essence of Stoicism, the cultivation of inner strength, self-discipline, and a deep awareness that frees us from being mere passengers in life's journey and empowers us to become its captains. In this exploration, we will embark on a voyage into 10 Stoic principles, each a lighthouse guiding us through the murky waters of modern existence. These are not abstract theories, but practical tools to help you master your emotions, sharpen your mind, and align your actions with your highest values. Whether you seek to manage the weight of failure, make more precise decisions, or cultivate an unshakable inner tranquility, these lessons offer personal mastery and fulfillment. Let us journey together, not to escape life's challenges, but to embrace them with a spirit of resilience, clarity, and purpose. In doing so, we can uncover the profound truth the Stoics have known. The mastery of life begins not in controlling the world around us, but in mastering the world within us. 1. Self-discipline, the key to true freedom. Self-discipline, often misunderstood as rigid self-denial or harsh restriction, is the foundation of personal liberation. To the Stoics, this concept was not about chaining oneself to obligations or suppressing all joy. Instead, it was about aligning one's actions with deeply held values and aspirations. It's the ability to master your impulses and choose long-term fulfillment over fleeting gratification, a skill as timeless as it is transformative. Consider this. Without self-discipline, we are slaves to our whims, pulled in every direction by fleeting desires, external pressures, and emotional reactions. True freedom, which empowers us to live a life of purpose and integrity, begins with the ability to govern ourselves. This is not the freedom to do anything we want, but to do what is correct and meaningful, even when distractions or temptations stand in our way. The Stoics likened self-discipline to a charioteer guiding powerful horses. The horses, our passions, desires, and impulses, are dynamic and full of energy, but without a steady hand at the reins, they risk veering off course or even crashing. The charioteer's role is not to suppress the horse's power, but to harness it, directing their strength toward a chosen goal. Similarly, self-discipline allows us to channel our inner energy and emotions, ensuring they serve our higher purpose rather than hinder it. But how do we cultivate this inner mastery in a distracted world? Start by setting clear intentions. Ask yourself, what do you truly value? What kind of person do you aspire to be? These questions act as a compass, guiding your actions when the path forward seems unclear. Then, focus on small, consistent steps. Grand gestures may be tempting, but actual change comes from the steady accumulation of deliberate choices. Celebrate each small victory. Every disciplined act reinforces your ability to stay on course. Another essential practice is creating an environment that supports your discipline. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, remove temptations that derail your focus, and build routines that align with your goals. Over time, these intentional choices form habits, steady companions that make discipline feel less like effort and more like second nature. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Self-discipline is not merely a tool for achieving goals. It is the path to freedom itself. It liberates us from the chaos of external circumstances and the tyranny of our unexamined desires. With it, we become architects of our lives, capable of building a legacy rooted in virtue, wisdom, and purpose. 2. Embracing failure. The Stoic perspective on growth. Failure is an experience many of us dread, yet it holds lessons hidden within its often painful grasp. To the Stoics, failure was not an adversary but a teacher, offering us an opportunity to refine ourselves, grow stronger, and deepen our understanding of the world and our place within it. They recognize that setbacks are not the end of a journey but critical stepping stones toward wisdom and mastery. Imagine failure as a forge, and you as the raw iron placed within it. The intense heat and pressure you feel are not meant to destroy you, but to strengthen and shape you into something more significant. When viewed through the Stoic lens, failure ceases to be a mark of shame or inadequacy. Instead, it becomes a process of transformation, a necessary trial that tests your resilience and reveals your true potential. However, embracing failure is easier said than done, especially in a culture that often equates mistakes with weakness. The key lies in reframing your perspective. Rather than seeing failure as a reflection of your worth, view it as a moment of clarity, a chance to identify gaps in your understanding, refine your approach, and emerge wiser for the experience. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this setback serve as a foundation for future growth? Stoic wisdom teaches us that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of the process. The road to any meaningful goal is rarely smooth. You will wobble, fall, and scrape your knees like learning to ride a bicycle. But with each fall, you gain insight, how to balance, steer, and move forward more confidently. These moments of struggle, painful as they may seem, are where the seeds of mastery are sown. To cultivate a positive outlook on failure, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the kindness and patience you would offer a close friend. Recognize that perfection is an illusion, and growth often requires the courage to stumble along the way. Shift your focus from the immediate pain of failure to the broader process of learning and evolution. Celebrate the effort, the willingness to try, and the valuable lessons gained. Remember, as Seneca once said, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Failure, then, is not a final destination but a transition, a bridge from one chapter of your life to the next. By embracing it with a Stoic mindset, you free yourself from fear, transform setbacks into stepping stones, and forge a path of resilience, wisdom, and enduring success. 3. Thinking clearly. The Stoic art of rational decision-making. Clear thinking is a rare and precious skill in a world saturated with noise, opinions, and emotional turbulence. To the Stoics, the ability to think rationally and logically was not just a mental exercise but a vital component of living a virtuous and purposeful life. The anchor keeps us steady amidst the swirling currents of uncertainty, enabling us to make decisions aligned with our values rather than dictated by fleeting emotions or external pressures. Picture a lighthouse standing resolutely against a raging storm. Its purpose is clear: to guide ships safely through treacherous waters. Your rational mind serves the same role in the tempest of daily life. When emotions threaten to cloud your judgment or external influences pull you away from your true path, logic becomes the beacon that illuminates the way forward. It cuts through the fog, helping you navigate complexity with clarity and confidence. However, clear thinking only comes naturally. It requires cultivation and practice. One of the first steps is learning to question assumptions. The Stoics believed in challenging the surface of every situation and digging deeper to uncover the truth. Ask yourself, is this fear or doubt based on reality, or is it a projection of my mind? This self-examination frees you from the tyranny of impulsive reactions and helps you see the situation for what it truly is. Another crucial practice is considering the long-term consequences of your choices. Modern life often pushes us toward instant gratification, yet the Stoics remind us to think beyond the moment. Before acting, pause to reflect. How will this decision affect me tomorrow, next year, or even a decade from now? This approach cultivates patience and foresight, ensuring your actions align with your goals and values. Moreover, the Stoics urged us to seek wisdom from diverse perspectives. They understood that no single person holds all the answers and that humility in decision-making is a strength, not a weakness. Surround yourself with trusted mentors, friends, or texts that challenge your thinking and broaden your understanding. This openness to learning enriches your reasoning and protects you from the blind spots of bias. Epicurus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you must do." This is the essence of clear thinking, starting with a vision of the life you wish to lead and letting that vision guide your choices. By thinking logically, questioning deeply, and acting intentionally, you gain the power to shape a life of wisdom, integrity, and enduring fulfillment. Let your rational mind be the architect of your destiny, building decisions on a foundation of clarity and purpose. 4. Building consistent habits. The Stoic blueprint for lasting transformation. Habits are the invisible architects of our lives, quietly shaping our days and defining who we become. To the Stoics, habits were more than just routines. They were deliberate choices, repeated daily, that aligned actions with values and created a foundation for a virtuous and meaningful life. They understood that excellence is not achieved in grand, fleeting gestures, but in the steady rhythm of consistent effort. Imagine your life as a great sculpture, each habit as a careful chisel stroke. Every small, consistent action contributes to revealing the masterpiece within. Yet, the power of habits lies not in their size but in their constancy. As the Stoics taught, greatness is not a sudden leap but a gradual ascent, built brick by brick daily. But how do we craft these habits that shape a purposeful life? The key is to start small and focus on achievable actions. Instead of vowing to revolutionize your entire lifestyle overnight, identify one specific habit that aligns with your long-term goals. Commit to it with discipline, no matter how minor it may seem. For instance, dedicate 5 minutes each morning to stillness and reflection to cultivate mindfulness. Over time, these small actions accumulate, creating momentum and fostering more profound change. Equally important is the environment you build around yourself. The Stoics believed in removing obstacles and setting the stage for success. Create a space that supports your habits and minimizes distractions. If you aspire to read more, place a book where you can see it daily. If healthier living is your goal, stock your kitchen with nourishing foods. By shaping your environment, you reduce friction and make it easier to stay on course. Consistency also requires self-compassion. Habits are not formed in a straight line. Setbacks are inevitable. When you falter, resist the urge to rebuke yourself. Instead, reflect on what led to the misstep and realign with your purpose. Each day offers a fresh opportunity to begin anew, reinforcing your commitment to the habits that matter most. Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. The Stoics echoed this wisdom, teaching that our habits are not just actions. They are the foundation of our character, the architects of our destiny. Building consistent, intentional habits lays the groundwork for a life of meaning, fulfillment, and enduring impact. So, take the chisel in hand, and with each minor, deliberate stroke, shape yourself into the person you are destined to become. 5. Staying humble, the Stoic approach to grounded success. Success, in its most accurate form, is not measured by accolades, wealth, or public recognition. For the Stoics, the real success lies in living a life of purpose, guided by virtue and integrity. But as we climb the ladder of achievement, humility becomes both a safeguard and a necessity. Without it, success can inflate our egos, distort our judgment, and erode the very foundations of our character. To remain humble amidst triumph is a virtue and the cornerstone of enduring fulfillment. Imagine yourself as a tree bearing fruit. The fruit represents your accomplishments, the tangible results of your effort and dedication. Yet, without strong roots, the grounding force of humility, the tree risks toppling under its weight. The deeper the roots, the more capable the tree becomes of weathering storms, thriving in adversity, and continuing to bear fruit for years. Like those roots, humility anchors us, reminding us that our successes are not solely ours, but often the result of a confluence of effort, guidance, and opportunity. But how does one cultivate humility in a world that often equates success with superiority? Begin with gratitude. Reflect on the individuals, circumstances, and opportunities contributing to your achievements. Acknowledge the mentors who guided you, the colleagues who supported you, and even the challenges that tested and strengthened you. Gratitude shifts the focus from self-congratulation to appreciation, fostering a sense of connection and perspective. Next, embrace the mindset of a lifelong learner. No matter how much you achieve, there is always more to learn and more room to grow. Approach each new challenge with curiosity and openness, recognizing that knowledge and wisdom are infinite pursuits. Socrates humbly said, "The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing." This acknowledgement is not a weakness but a profound strength. It keeps you grounded and open to new possibilities. Finally, use your success as a means to serve others. True greatness is not in standing above others, but in lifting them. Share your knowledge, resources, and experiences to inspire and empower those around you. When success becomes a tool for contribution rather than self-glorification, it gains a more profound, lasting significance. To the Stoics, humility is not about diminishing your accomplishments, but about keeping them in perspective. It is a reminder that success is a journey, not a destination. A path that requires continuous growth, gratitude, and service. So, as you navigate the peaks of achievement, let humility be your anchor, grounding you in purpose and guiding you toward an enduring legacy of wisdom, compassion, and integrity. 6. Exercising wisdom in conflict, the Stoic approach to resolution. Conflict is an inevitable part of life, arising from differences in perspectives, values, and emotions. Yet, to the Stoics, conflict should not be feared or avoided. Instead, it is seen as an opportunity, a crucible where patience, self-control, and wisdom are tested and refined. Navigating disagreements with clarity and composure is a hallmark of a Stoic mind, turning moments of discord into pathways toward understanding and growth. Imagine conflict as a fire. Left unchecked, it can spread rapidly, consuming everything in its path. But with the right approach, fire can also be a source of light and warmth, illuminating truths and forging stronger bonds. The Stoics teach us that how we respond to conflict determines whether it becomes destructive or constructive. We can transform tension into dialogue and discord into resolution by exercising wisdom. The first step is practicing active listening, which requires patience and empathy. Often, in the heat of conflict, we are so focused on defending our position that we fail to hear the other person truly. The Stoics urge us to set aside our ego and listen to words and the emotions and intentions behind them. Ask yourself, what is this person genuinely trying to communicate? What needs or fears might be driving their behavior? This level of understanding can dissolve hostility and create a foundation for mutual respect. Equally important is managing your own emotions. Conflict has a way of stirring anger, frustration, and even fear. But reacting impulsively often exacerbates the situation. Instead, pause and reflect before you speak or act. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and ask, is this reaction serving the resolution I seek? You maintain control over the situation and your mind by choosing calm over chaos. The Stoics also remind us to focus on common ground. Even amid disagreement, shared values and mutual goals often exist. Highlighting these points of unity can shift the focus from opposition to collaboration. It transforms the conflict from a battle to be one into a problem to be solved together. Lastly, embrace humility and a willingness to learn. No matter how certain you are of your position, remain open to the possibility that you could be mistaken. Approach conflict not as a platform to assert dominance, but as an opportunity to grow in understanding others and yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." In conflict, this means rising above anger, resentment, or vindictiveness. Instead, embody the virtues of wisdom, patience, and compassion. By doing so, you not only resolve the immediate issue but also strengthen the relationships and understanding that sustain a fulfilling life. Let every conflict be a chance to exercise your better nature, nurturing harmony over discord and wisdom over pride. 7. Cultivating inner balance, the Stoic journey to harmonious living. In the quest for a meaningful life, few pursuits are as vital yet challenging as cultivating inner balance. For the Stoics, achieving harmony within oneself was not a passive state but an active, ongoing practice, a deliberate alignment of one's thoughts, emotions, and actions with the principles of reason and virtue. This inner equilibrium allows us to navigate life's tumultuous seas with steadiness and grace, ensuring that neither external circumstances nor internal turmoil can capsize our journey towards self-mastery. Consider the ancient metaphor of the lyre, a stringed instrument cherished in classical times. Each string represents a different aspect of our being, our passions, desires, fears, and rational minds. If one string is too tight or loose, the instrument falls out of tune and the music suffers. Similarly, if we allow any one element of ourselves to dominate unchecked, be it unchecked emotion or cold rationality, we disrupt the harmony of our character. The Stoics taught that by tuning each string appropriately, we create a symphony within ourselves, capable of resonating with the deeper truths of existence. Cultivating inner balance begins with self-awareness. It requires an honest examination of our strengths, weaknesses, virtues, and vices. This introspective journey is only sometimes comfortable. It demands that we confront aspects of ourselves we'd rather ignore. Yet, we can only identify where we are out of alignment and take steps to restore harmony through this unflinching self-examination. Embracing both our strengths and weaknesses is crucial. The Stoics did not advocate for suppressing emotions or desires, but for their regulation through reason. Passions, when guided appropriately, can be powerful allies. Courage fuels action in the face of fear. Compassion fosters connection and understanding. The key is to ensure that these forces are tempered by wisdom, preventing them from leading us astray. Living by our core values serves as the compass guiding this process. By clearly defining what we stand for, integrity, justice, or kindness, we create a reference point against which all decisions and actions can be measured. When faced with a dilemma, we can ask ourselves, does this choice align with my deepest values? Will it contribute to or detract from my inner harmony? Such reflections keep us anchored, preventing us from being swept away by momentary impulses or external pressures. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely noted, "No man is free who is not master of himself." True freedom arises from internal balance, a state where the mind governs the heart and the heart enriches the mind. It is a dynamic, responsive, yet steadfast equilibrium, allowing us to engage fully with life without losing ourselves. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions abound and extremes are often glorified, cultivating inner balance is both a refuge and a strength. It empowers us to remain centered amidst chaos, to respond rather than react, and to lead lives of intention rather than drifting aimlessly. By embarking on this Stoic journey toward harmonious living, we elevate our existence and contribute to the greater harmony of the world around us. 8. Accepting change, the Stoic guide to embracing life's impermanence. Change, like a river's gentle flow or the ocean's relentless tide, is an inescapable force in life. For the Stoics, resisting change was akin to attempting to hold back a river with one's bare hands, futile and exhausting. Instead, they taught that true peace and strength come from embracing impermanence as a fundamental truth of existence. To navigate life with wisdom, we must learn to accept change not as an adversary but as a catalyst for growth and transformation. Imagine life as a tree rooted firmly in the soil, yet swaying gracefully with the wind. The seasons bring growth, abundance, decay, and renewal cycles, but the tree does not resist. It does not cling to its leaves as they fall in autumn or shrink from blooming again in spring. It thrives because it adapts. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom, recognizing that clinging to the illusion of permanence causes suffering while embracing the flow of change allows us to flourish. Acceptance of change begins with mindfulness, an awareness of the present moment, and acknowledging its impermanence. The Stoics believe that all things, joyful or sorrowful, are transient. By observing this truth without judgment or resistance, we can develop the resilience to face life's uncertainties with courage and grace. When faced with change, ask yourself, what opportunities for growth does this moment offer me? How can I adapt and emerge stronger? Such reflections transform fear of the unknown into a sense of possibility. Equally important is distinguishing between what we can control and what lies beyond our influence, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Change often feels threatening because it disrupts our sense of control. Yet, as Epictetus taught, it is not the things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. By focusing on our attitudes and actions, things within our control, we can navigate change with intention and clarity rather than being swept away by anxiety or despair. Reframing our perspective on change is another powerful Stoic strategy. Instead of viewing it as a loss, see it as an opportunity for renewal. Much like the turning of the seasons, change clears the old to make space for the new. Even painful transitions, such as the end of a relationship or the loss of a job, can serve as fertile ground for new beginnings. Embracing this mindset fosters hope and encourages us to step forward with curiosity rather than retreat in fear. Heraclitus, a philosopher admired by the Stoics, famously said, "The only constant in life is change." This simple yet profound truth reminds us that resisting change is to resist life itself. By accepting impermanence, we find peace and unlock the ability to adapt, grow, and thrive in the ever-shifting landscape of existence. So, the next time you encounter a wave of change, remember the Stoic tree, rooted deeply in its values but flexible in its branches, swaying with the winds of life and flourishing through every season. 9. Seeking inner tranquility, the Stoic path to peace within. In the ceaseless clamor of modern life, where every moment seems consumed by tasks, distractions, and demands, the pursuit of inner tranquility becomes a profound act of defiance. For the Stoics, Tranquility was not a luxury reserved for secluded retreats or moments of stillness, but an essential state cultivated amidst life's chaos. It is the ability to find calm within, a sanctuary of peace that no external turmoil can disturb. Imagine your mind as a vast pond. At its surface, the winds of change and challenge create ripples and waves, reflecting the busyness of the world around you. But beneath the surface lies a profound stillness, undisturbed by external agitation. The Stoics teach us to live not at the restless surface, but at the serene depths, where clarity and calm reside. This is not escapism. It is the foundation of resilience and purpose. The first step toward inner tranquility is mindfulness, a conscious effort to anchor oneself in the present moment. The Stoics understood that much of our mental unrest arises not from the present, but from dwelling on the past or anxiously anticipating the future. By focusing on the here and now, we reclaim our energy from regrets and worries, channeling it instead into meaningful action. When your thoughts race, what do I do to how do I value and restore your balance? Simplification is another cornerstone of tranquility. The Stoics believe that unnecessary complexity breeds stress and discontent. Simplify your environment, your commitments, and your expectations. Let go of possessions, relationships, and pursuits that no longer serve your growth or well-being. In this space of simplicity, you create room for peace, purpose, and clarity to flourish. Acceptance is the most potent Stoic practice in cultivating tranquility. Life will always present challenges, losses, and uncertainties. Resisting these realities only deepens our suffering. Instead, embrace what is beyond your control with equanimity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By surrendering resistance to the inevitable, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters: your response, growth, and character." Tranquility is not a passive state, but an active practice. It is cultivated daily through mindful choices, intentional simplicity, and steadfast acceptance. It is the strength to remain centered amidst life's storms, the wisdom to distinguish between what matters and what does not, and the courage to let go of what you cannot change. As you navigate the noise and demands of life, remember the Stoic pond. Dive deep beneath distraction and chaos to find the still waters within. In the quiet sanctuary of your mind lies the unshakable peace that the world cannot touch, a tranquility that empowers you to live with clarity, resilience, and purpose. 10. Controlling impulsive reactions, the Stoic discipline of mastering yourself. Impulses, those fleeting urges that strike without warning, often carry the power to derail our progress and cloud our judgment. To the Stoics, mastering one's impulses was not about suppressing emotion, but cultivating the discipline to pause, reflect, and act in alignment with reason and virtue. It is the art of stepping back from the chaos within and reclaiming control over our actions, transforming reactive behavior into thoughtful responses. Picture a wild horse, untamed and full of energy. Left unchecked, it can charge recklessly, causing harm and chaos. But with the steady hand of a skilled rider, that same energy becomes focused and directed, enabling purposeful movement toward a desired destination. Your impulses are much like this horse, powerful but requiring guidance. The Stoics believed we could become skilled riders with self-awareness and discipline, harnessing our impulses to serve our highest values rather than undermine them. The first step in mastering impulsive reactions is awareness. Often, impulses arise so swiftly that we act on them before realizing they exist. The Stoics taught us to pause, to create a moment of stillness between stimulus and response. When an urge strikes, anger, fear, or temptation, ask yourself, what drives this impulse? Is it aligned with my long-term goals and values? This moment of reflection is where control begins. Visualization is another powerful tool. Before acting on an impulse, consider the consequences. Imagine how your decision will unfold and how it might impact your immediate circumstances and long-term aspirations. Will it bring you closer to the person you strive to be, or will it lead you astray? This practice, grounded in Stoic reasoning, allows you to choose actions with intention and foresight. Equally important is cultivating alternative responses. If you are prone to anger, practice calmness by stepping away, breathing deeply, or channeling your energy into constructive action. If you struggle with indulgence, replace unhelpful habits with activities that nurture your well-being. Over time, these deliberate choices create new behavior patterns, weakening the grip of harmful impulses and strengthening your capacity for self-control. Epictetus reminds us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom is not the absence of impulses, but the ability to govern them wisely. By mastering your inner domain, you liberate yourself from the tyranny of reactive behavior and the regret that often follows. To the Stoics, self-mastery was not a one-time achievement but a lifelong practice, a daily commitment to reflect, realign, and respond with clarity and purpose. So, the next time an impulse stirs within you, remember the image of the skilled rider. Take hold of the reins, guide the energy with intention, and steer yourself toward a life of wisdom, integrity, and true freedom. Conclusion. As we reach the end of this exploration into Stoicism, remember that these lessons are more than abstract ideas. They are tools to transform your life. Each principle offers a pathway toward living with greater clarity, resilience, and purpose, from mastering self-discipline to embracing failure, thinking logically, and finding inner tranquility. But the essence of Stoicism lies not in knowing these principles but practicing them, daily, deliberately, and with unwavering commitment. The Stoic journey is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about striving to align your actions with your highest values, learning from every stumble, and approaching each day with the courage to grow. Stoicism reminds us that while we cannot control the storms of life, we can master how we navigate them. In doing so, we reclaim the power to live fully, intentionally, and authentically. But this journey is not meant to be traveled alone. As you continue to explore and implement these teachings, consider joining a community of like-minded individuals who share your commitment to growth and self-mastery. Engage in dialogue, exchange ideas, and support one another as you walk this ancient yet ever-relevant path. If this content has resonated with you, please subscribe to this channel. Together, we can delve deeper into the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and uncover practical strategies for navigating the complexities of modern life. You become part of a growing community dedicated to cultivating strength, purpose, and inner peace by subscribing. Let's continue this journey of self-discovery and growth together. Share these lessons with those who might benefit, and let's spread the transformative power of Stoic philosophy far and wide. Thank you for joining me today, and remember, the path to wisdom begins with a single, intentional step. Take that step, and let's walk toward a more meaningful life.